Once upon a time, in a village so small you could sneeze your way through it, there lived a man named Bashir, who everyone agreed was magnificently stupid. Now, I don't mean the harmless kind of stupid where you forget where you put your keys. I mean the spectacular kind, where you'd try to catch fish with a butterfly net and wonder why they kept swimming away. Bashir had inherited a decent piece of farmland from his father, but instead of growing wheat or barley like any sensible person, he kept coming up with ideas that made the village elders shake their heads so hard their turbans nearly flew off. One spring morning, Bashir woke up with his most brilliant idea yet. He burst into the tea house where the men gathered, wild-eyed and grinning. "I've figured it out," he announced. Old Mahmoud didn't even look up from his backgammon game. "Figured what out, Bashir? How to lose money faster?" No, I'm going to plant clouds." The entire tea house went silent. Even the flies stopped buzzing. "You're going to... what now?" asked Hassan the baker, lowering his tea glass slowly. "Plant clouds. Think about it. Everyone plants things in the ground, right? Wheat, vegetables, trees. But where does rain come from? Clouds. So if I plant clouds, I'll have rain whenever I want. I'll be the richest farmer in the province." The men looked at each other. Someone snorted. Then someone chuckled. Within seconds, the entire tea house erupted in laughter so hard that Mahmoud knocked over the backgammon board. "Bashir," wheezed Hassan, wiping tears from his eyes, "you can't plant clouds. They're made of air and water. They float." "Everything seems impossible until someone does it," Bashir said with wounded dignity. And he marched out while the men laughed themselves silly. For the next week, Bashir could be seen in his field at dawn, throwing handfuls of cotton into the air and burying cotton seeds in little holes. "Cotton is white and fluffy like clouds," he reasoned. "This is scientifically sound." The village children followed him around like he was a parade. The adults just shook their heads and went about their business. His wife, Nadia, who had the patience of a saint and the sharp tongue of a general, tried reasoning with him. "Husband of mine," she said one evening, "we're running out of money. Can't you just plant normal crops like a normal person?" "Normal people get normal results, my dear. I'm thinking bigger." "You're thinking with a hole in your head is what you're doing." But Bashir wouldn't listen. He spent his last coins on more cotton, on buckets of water that he threw into the air, to teach the clouds where to go, and on a ladder that he climbed while holding pillows above his head, to show them how comfortable it is up there. The village now called him Bashir the Cloud Farmer, and not in a nice way. Months passed. The cotton seeds did absolutely nothing because Bashir kept digging them up to check if they were turning into clouds yet. His field became the saddest patch of land anyone had ever seen. Just disturbed dirt, scattered cotton, and one confused scarecrow that Bashir had dressed in his second-best robe to make the clouds feel welcome. Then came the worst drought in 20 years. The rain stopped, weeks turned into months, the wells ran low, the crops withered, the village faced real hunger. Everyone gathered at the mosque to pray for rain, everyone except Bashir. Old Mahmoud spotted him from the road. "That fool is still at it. Bashir, come pray with us instead of playing with your cotton." Bashir looked up. For the first time, the usual cheerful stupidity had drained from his face. "I've failed," he said quietly. "I've wasted everything. I wanted to help, to do something amazing, and I've just been a fool." Something in his voice made the men pause. This wasn't funny anymore. Nadia appeared with their 2 children. They looked thin. Everyone looked thin. "We're hungry, Bashir," she said, not angrily, just stating a fact. Bashir looked at his ridiculous field, at his worried family, at the village gathered to pray for rain he'd promised himself he could control. And something finally clicked. "I have an idea," he said. "Oh no," muttered Hassan. "No, wait. A real one this time. This cotton I've wasted. Nadia, you know how to spin, yes? And weave?" "Of course I do, you donkey. What does that—" "We make cloth. Fine cotton cloth. We sell it in the city. It won't bring rain, but it'll bring money for food until the rain comes on its own." The village women looked at the massive pile of cotton. It was actually quite a lot. "That's not completely stupid," admitted Nadia slowly. What happened next became village legend. They spun, they wove, they worked like their lives depended on it. Because they did. They produced cloth so fine, so beautiful,
that merchants from 3 cities away came to buy it. The money bought food. The food got them through the drought. When the rains finally came, on their own schedule, the village had discovered something more reliable than cloud planting. They had a trade. Years later, the village became famous for its cotton cloth. And Bashir? They still called him Bashir the Cloud Farmer. But now, with affection. Sometimes the best crops come from the stupidest seeds. Old Mahmoud said one evening, he didn't plant clouds, but he planted an idea so foolish that in fixing it, we found something real. Sometimes, the fool who tries impossible things shows the rest of us what's actually possible. Outside, Bashir supervised another shipment, still occasionally glancing at the sky, dreaming. Some people never learn, and sometimes that's exactly what the world needs.